If you're looking to build a sustainable passive income, click the Take a Look Live link in the description and comments, watch the tour video, and let's get this money. Today we're going to talk about the Capital One data breach settlement from back in 2019. It's $190 million. And the deadline is approaching. All right, the deadline is approaching. It's up, I believe, November 27th, 2023. So November 27th, 2023, I believe, is the last day. So we're going to get into this article. Now, if you actually want to apply for a Capital One credit card, there's a link in the description that says Your Cap One. It says Your Cap One. There's a link in the description. You can go and apply for a Capital One credit card. They're fairly easy to get. I haven't had too many situations where people was telling me that they couldn't get the card or they were denied for a card. If you don't get the main card, like a Quicksilver or Platinum, you might end up with a secure card where it's half secure, where you had to get it maybe like $99 and they give you a $200, $300 limit or something like that. So they're fairly easy to get. So if you want to go ahead and apply for the Capital One card, go in the description and click the Your Cap One link. It's Your Cap One link down there, and then go ahead and apply for the credit card. See if you can get you one, all right? Because those cards are pretty good, and once you're in Cap One family, you're pretty much in there forever. You know, you start getting Capital One 360 accounts. You can get auto loans. I got some videos about the auto loans. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know, you've seen the videos about the auto loans. I got approved for $63,000 with Capital One. You get they'll pre-qualify you for, or pre-approve you for higher limit credit cards, the bigger credit cards. You know, I believe they even got a mortgage section now. So once you're in Capital One, you do some pretty big things, all right? A lot of their cards also have rental car insurance. They have insurance on cell phones, appliances. So if something happened, it automatically have a warranty on it. So go ahead and apply for the Capital One cards. The Your Cap One link in the description below. It's the Your Cap One link in the description below. Apply for the Capital One credit card. Now let's get back into this. It says Capital One Bank will compensate its clients with $190 million. Who is eligible and how to apply? In 2019, Capital One Bank was hit by a cyber attack that resulted in the exposure of millions of its customers' data. The incident led to a collective complaint against the bank by its customers. After a long legal process, Capital One agreed to pay $190 million in compensation to the 98 million affected customers. However, not all customers have claimed their payment yet, and the deadline is approaching soon. Who is eligible? According to the official Capital One website dedicated to the settlement, the payments will be made to 98 million customers identified by the company as affected by the leak. How to be paid to each affected customer. All those affected will receive a payment worth around $707. It's not bad. $77 is usually not that high. I think the highest I've seen lately was Facebook, was $400. I don't know what this new one with Facebook going to be. I believe theirs just passed. Deadline just passed for Facebook for their class action. But anyway, how to request compensation of $190 million. Here's the part where it's tricky. I did a little background research on this. Here's where it gets a little tricky. If you are one of the millions who had their data leaked, you should have received an email notification on or around September 30th, 2022. If you did receive a message from the company, you have until November 27th of this year to respond to said email and select your payment method. All payments will be made digitally through Epic Pay. I believe that's what it says, Epic Pay. Okay. Say if you were a bank customer in March 2019 and believe that your information may have been compromised but you did not receive mail, you can verify your status as a member of the conciliation group by calling 1-855-604-1811 or by emailing the settlement administrator at info@CapitalOneSettlement.com. Okay, so you can call this number. I might end up calling them because I didn't get an email. I don't remember getting an email, but that's where it gets tricky. Okay, so now I went to the CapitalOneSettlement.com website. Okay, I went there. Notice right here it says you would have received an email around September 30th, 2022. So check your emails. If you dump emails, kind of like I do, or I let them sit, and I just go through a mass dumping, you might have deleted it, all right? Or it could have went to spam, and if it went to spam, it would have got deleted after 60 days anyway. But check your email. If you don't go through your email a lot, go check your email from September 30th, 2022. You might have the email there. And if not, like I say, call this number here, or you email this person. I will call because you only get, about 28 days. Today is the 31st of October. You only got 28 days, so I will call them personally. Anyway, remember, I pointed out that they said something about an email, okay? I had to receive that email. Check this out. Now, here's the Capital One Settlement website, okay? This is CapitalOneSettlement.com, all right? It says your information was accessed in the 2019 Capital One data breach. You might be eligible for cash benefits from this $190 million class action settlement. What is the settlement about? Okay, you already know about that. It was a cyber attack, okay? Class action settlement has been proposing a case against Capital One Financial Corporation, Capital One NA, blah, blah, blah. In addition to other benefits, the proposed settlement requires Capital One to establish a settlement fund of $190 million. The settlement relief includes cash payment of out-of-pocket losses, cash payment of lost time, identity defense services, restoration services, Capital One business practice changes. The website explains important legal rights you may have. Your legal rights were affected whether you did or did not act. Please read the website carefully. Okay. So now let's go up to this. Restoration services. All settlement class members, regardless of whether they enroll in identity defense services or submit a claim for out-of-pocket losses or lost time, will be entitled to utilize restoration services offered through Pango for a period of at least 3 years. Okay? It's not doing me no good. It's not money. Identity defense services. All settlement class members were eligible to enroll in at least 3 years of identity defense services offered at no cost through Pango. Okay, so that's not a cash payment, right? Cash payment or lost time. The settlement fund will be used to reimburse for time spent remedying fraud, identity theft, or other misuse of a settlement class member's personal information that he or she believes is fairly traceable to the data breach, and for time spent taking preventative measures to avoid losses related to the data breach. Lost time related to a qualifying claim for out-of-pocket losses may be supported by a certification for up to 15 hours. Lost time not related to a qualifying claim for out-of-pocket losses may be supported by a certification for up to 5 hours. The reimbursement rate for lost time should be the greater of $25 per hour, or if the settlement class member took time off work, the settlement class member documents the hourly wage. See? Cash payment for lost time. That's lost time, right? This is cash payment for out-of-pocket losses. So, out-of-pocket losses. This sounds like they're not paying you just because, your data got breached. They want to see or know that you been out of pocket about some stuff. So I don't know if there's going to be any proof. You can go ahead and submit the information, or you can go ahead and call them and see what's needed to be compensated. If they're just going to cut you a check or what. But it sounds like to me that they're trying to give you credit monitoring services, identity theft services, want to reimburse you for lost time or lost wages or whatever. But here it says the settlement fund will be used to reimburse verifiable, see now they're saying verifiable, unreimbursed costs or expenditures that a settlement class member actually incurred and believes are fairly traceable to the data breach. So, like I said, you can go on here and you can call them and see what's going on with that. But it sounds like to me that it might be a waste of time, all right? You go over here and submit a claim. This is what I was talking about as far as the email. So back on September 30th, they saying that was the deadline. So the article said the deadline is now because nobody has claimed it, right? But here they're saying that it's expired already. So maybe you had to respond to the email, and you respond to the email, then you can go ahead and get your claim done. Or if you haven't received the email, I guess you call that number. Let's go back to this number. Guess you can call this number 1-855-604-1811 to see what's what. I mean, I can't hurt. Take a couple of minutes out your day to call this number and find out what you need to do to get your $77 payment that they claim you can get. Or is it really just a bunch of reimbursement stuff? it might have changed. It might have this fund sitting here saying, hey, look, we got to get rid of this money. So, hey, go ahead and take it. I might call to see. If I call, I'll update you. Might even record the call and make a video out of it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But if you want to go ahead and make the call, respond, comment on this video, let me know what happened with the phone call, and I might even do an update video with your comment, okay? But anyway, hope this information helped you out. This is the Capital One Settlement Fund, and go ahead, get the information, let us know what happened with that, and see you in the next video. If you're looking to build a sustainable passive income, click the Take a Look Live link in the description and comments, watch the tour video, and let's get this money.